So Bunting is out and stunting again. So I saw a recent interview with Peter Bunting, and Peter Bunting seemed very confident that the people of southern Manchester, they are ready to accept him. So will Peter Bunting be back in Parliament? Let's talk about it. Yes, so Peter Bunting, despite having one of the biggest dub plate in the last election, Bunting out and stunting with Styler G. Peter Bunting was one of the big loss for the People's National Party. People's National Party pretty much got wiped out, and he was one of the biggest loss that they faced in that election. But now we saw Peter Bunting is out now, and he did a recent interview with the Jamaica Observer, and he seemed very confident that the people of southern Manchester, they are going to accept him. So it is going to be very interesting to see if Peter Bunting can win the seat in Manchester. But this is the interview from Peter Bunting with the Jamaica Observer.
I have contested 5 elections as a candidate, and I ran a 6-1 as campaign manager. So I have 5 out of 6 victories, and even the great PJ Patterson lost his seat in 1980. So I think I have a good track record to defend. Not perfect, but I've never run in a safe seat. And I certainly intend to come back into the winning column in southern Manchester. It is probably the strongest PNP seat that I have offered myself as a candidate. And so, based on what I am seeing, and with my experience, not just as a candidate, but as General Secretary in the landslide victory of 2011, I think I can be comfortable in predicting a solid victory in South Manchester.
Okay, so that was Peter Bunting. So my question is, do you believe that the people of southern Manchester, that they're going to accept Peter Bunting, or do you think that the JLP, the Jamaica Labour Party, have southern Manchester on lockdown for this election? Sound off in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. And I believe that this is going to be do or die for Peter Bunting and Mark Golin, because Peter Bunting, Mark Golin, everybody know that they are very close. That the Scotia DBNG project was them working together, and I know that they're good businessmen, and Peter Bunting and Mark Golin made millions or probably billions of dollars with that deal with Scotiabank. And I don't know why these millionaires, billionaires just insist on being in politics, but that's a story for another day. But I believe that if Peter Bunting cannot win this seat, if the People's National Party, which, as I said, I am thinking that they're not going to win. If the People's National Party cannot win the election, if Bunting cannot win his seat, I believe that it is going to be time for them to just pack up and for the People's National Party to rebuild. Because I've been saying it, like, the People's National Party is broken. And I sound like a broken record, but the People's National Party, since PJ Patterson exit and the fight, everyone wanted Portia out. Everyone wanted to be prime minister at the time. Everybody felt it was their turn, and the brokenness in the party. And nobody's going to tell me that, because we saw, even after the last election where they lost and Peter Bunting lost his seat, and Mark Golin wanted to give him like a high-profile position in the party, even though he didn't have a seat. All of those things, I believe that is still there. I don't believe that the People's National Party have healed from all of that brokenness within the party. So this is one seat that I'm looking out for. On September the 3rd, will Peter Bunting retain a seat? That is what I'm looking to see. Is it possible for him to win southern Manchester, or does the JLP have this one on lockdown. And if he loses, is that game over? Is Peter Bunting going to pack up and exit politics for good? And if they lose the election, will Mark Golding step aside and plan for the future of the party? So sound off in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this one. Is there any possibility that we could see Peter Bunting winning this seat? And is there any possibility in your mind that the People's National Party can pull off winning this election?
So I'm in Northwest Clarendon today, touring with our candidate for the Jamaica Labour Party, Warren Newby. I know what dawned on me in this parish is the way the Jamaica Labour Party crime plan has effectively brought crime down in the parish of Clarendon. To date, murders are down some 55%. It's very interesting to note that Peter Bunting, a former Minister of National Security, tried to compare the PNP's crime strategy with the JLP strategy, stating that there is a fundamental difference. You know, traveling this parish and this constituency, this part of Northern Clarendon, I have to say that there is a fundamental difference. The difference is that they talk, and in some instances, in his case, depend on divine intervention without action, while we act. We have acted and we have brought crime down. We have brought crime down in a parish where there were mass shootings, where women and children were murdered, significant robberies, and the people were living in fear. What we have done as a party is to apply intelligence gathering, put more police on the ground, and have been able to control and reduce crime by well over 50% year to date. Never before has that happened. So yes, there is a difference between Bunting's crime plan and the PNP's crime plan and the JLP's crime plan. Their plan is to talk. Their plan is to divine intervention alone without action. Our plan is to ensure that we act, and we act where it is important to deal with the deviants out there so that law-abiding citizens can walk around freely and feel safer in their communities. That's the fundamental difference between their crime plan and our crime plan. What we need to understand also is that solving crime does a lot for communities. It allows businesses to remain open later at nights. It allows people to go about their business without living in fear. It allows more investments to come into the community and the parish. And that is what Clarendon as a parish has benefited from, which is attributed to the effectiveness of our strategy. So, you know, he can talk about all the fundamental differences that he wants. The reality is the data speaks for itself. We have reduced crime, and they have talked about reducing crime. And that's the fundamental difference. We will continue to do the work, and we ask you to support the Jamaica Labour Party as we continue to bring crime down and to create greater opportunities and less fear for the people of Clarendon.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out.